Into March, and we know heading into spring, severe storms can pop up anytime. That's why we want to make sure you're prepared. It's Severe Weather Awareness Week.
Meteorologist Robert Gautreaux is live this morning at the National Weather Service in Slidell, where they monitor the weather around the clock. Good morning, Robert. So we're off to a busy 2017. Why is this week so important?
That's right. You think we would have enough practice already with the recent flooding and tornadoes. This week, though, designated by the National Weather Service is Louisiana Spring Severe Weather Awareness Week. So this is when they take their campaign to try and promote, severe weather awareness. They want people to have a plan. Spring is really one of the peak times of the year for severe weather, such as tornadoes and damaging thunderstorms and large hail. So now is a good time to review severe weather safety and to have a plan in place. And along with WBRZ, we're going to be in conjunction with the National Weather Service to help focus on specific types of severe weather throughout the week and safety rules each day this week. Today we'll focus on severe thunderstorms, damaging wind and hail. Tuesday, flash flooding, things like that. So throughout the week we're going to be able to publish some articles on WBRZ.com. We'll actually have some stuff on social media as well. You can also follow the National Weather Service on social media. And throughout Tune In Today, we'll be talking a little bit about severe weather. In about 30 minutes, we're going to be launching a weather balloon, and we'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit. Back to y'all.
Awesome. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, the weather geeks are on the story.
I know. I love it. Hey, still to come on this Monday, LSU goes on behind the scenes when it comes to predicting the weather.
Weather officials have all kinds of tools they use to be accurate, and that includes weather balloons. One is launched every day here in Louisiana. Meteorologist Robert Gautreaux is live this morning at the National Weather Service in Slidell. Robert, good morning again. So, looks like you guys are ready to launch.
We are ready to go, JP. Every morning and every evening around the world, the National Weather Service launches balloons just like this. The technical term a radiosonde. What this does is goes up high, miles into the sky, well above where airplanes go. And what it does is it takes this instrument and it reads lots of stuff. It reads humidity, it reads temperature, it reads winds. And as it goes up way high in the sky, and eventually it pops and it falls down to the ground. Sometimes it can go as far out as the Gulf of Mexico. It can go out as far as Alabama. And so this is really the crux of all meteorology. These balloons go up, they more or less scan the atmosphere all across the globe, and from that's where we get our weather maps from. We get a real-time look, more or less, of what's going on across the world, and we can see exactly what's coming, and this is what we use to feed into computer models and things like that. So this is the only way we can get data from the atmosphere, is by physically releasing a balloon like this. And just like all the rest of the stations across the world, I'm about to release this in a couple seconds, and we're going to get data live as this goes up in 3, 2, 1. There it goes. And so that balloon is up and out of here. It'll be up there for quite a little while, and it's now currently sending data to the National Weather Service office here. And what it's going to do is this, it also with stations all across the rest of the United States. We're going to be able to build a map from this a little bit later in the day, not immediately, but that's how we get a look of what's going on in the atmosphere now. That's when we know when troughs are coming, when ridges are coming, areas of high pressure, low pressure, disturbances. This is what we use. It's still old school. With all the cool technology we have, we still use balloons filled with hydrogen to go way up in the sky, and that thing gets as big as a house. Once that air pressure drops, the higher it goes up above the jet stream, it gets pretty big. It was already bigger than me now. So we'll be back in about 30 minutes. We're going to take a look at what the Weather Service actually does in comparison to your local news station like at WBRZ. We'll be back in 30 minutes. I'm meteorologist Robert Gautreaux here at the National Weather Service in Slidell.
Wow, that was really cool.
Awesome.
Robert, thanks for that live report. It's a good thing he didn't have it tied around his thumb or his wrist.
It gets as big as it. I learned something new this morning. I had no idea any of that happened. That's really, really neat. All right, coming up, we're going to talk about safety during the severe weather situations, different ones you may see, thunderstorms, lightning, and this morning we are just days into March, and the severe weather season is here. That's why we want to make sure you're prepared. It's Severe Weather Awareness Week.
Meteorologist Robert Gautreaux is live this morning at the National Weather Service in Slidell, where they monitor the weather around us. Hey, Robert, good morning again. Looks like you got a packed house there at the Weather Service.
Yeah, people are starting to trickle in here, JP, and there's a lot of work that goes on at the National Weather Service. It's quite different from what you see us do on TV. These are the guys, the buck stops here. This is where the warnings are actually emitted from. The National Weather Service, they look at the radar just like we do in the Weather Center, but they're the guys that say, this is a tornado warning, this is a severe thunderstorm warning, and then it becomes our job to go on TV, to go on social media, and to tell you that information. So sometimes, you know, we'll get a message saying, hey, it's raining cats and dogs, why is there no warning? Well, there's certain criteria that have to be met, and we're not the ones that issue those warnings. It's the people here at the National Weather Service. So you can imagine when things are kicking here across southeast Louisiana, this place is bustling just like the WBRZ Weather Center is. So right now they're doing their morning routines. We sent up the radio saw, the weather balloon earlier, so that data is still coming in. That balloon is up in the air, so they're going to take that, and they're going to take also other observations across southeast Louisiana, and they're going to make their forecast, which they also put online. So the National Weather Service and local media work hand in hand, especially during severe weather events, to just convey one clear message to the people. That's you, because we don't want any kind of ambiguity here when severe weather strikes. Back to y'all.
Great information coming from meteorologist Robert Gautreaux, the National.
So what's the feeling there? Are they looking at possibly a really busy severe weather season?
Well, we're getting into severe weather season. This is typically when we start to see things like tornadoes, and obviously we've seen some already. The last couple of weeks we had the flooding episode just a couple months ago, and I'm here with Mike Efferson of the National Weather Service here in Slidell. And Mike, what can you tell me about National Weather Service Awareness Week, or Severe Weather Awareness Week?
Right, thank you. So yeah, you're right. Springtime is definitely the peak for severe weather for us, and so it's just a reminder to everyone that, hey, you know, we've got to watch out for tornadoes, for hail, lightning, things like that, and having a plan of what to do if a warning is issued for you.
So what's the role of the National Weather Service during for Severeness Awareness Week? We're looking at each day has a different topic. What do y'all do here?
That's right. We'll go through topics like tornadoes. What are tornadoes? How are they rated? As far as severe storms, we've got hail. How big of hail do we consider severe? 1-inch hail will be considered severe. We'll go through winds. Trying to think of else. Wireless emergency alerts. That's one of the newer things. So if you have a smartphone and you're within a polygon that we issue a tornado warning, you're going to get that alert on your phone.
So what is the biggest thing that you would want the public to take away from Weather Awareness Week?
Get prepared and have a plan.
Cool. That's a lot of stuff going on here. It's a quiet day today in the Weather Service, but we're expecting some showers tomorrow, so they'll be here tracking that storms along with the rest of us. Also, in the WBRZ Weather Center, we want to get a plan out to everybody. Even though we've had some stuff move through already, it's always good to have a plan and be ready to go, because after spring, there's hurricane season as well, and these people here are just as busy working that during hurricane season. I'm meteorologist Robert Gautreaux in the Weather Service here in Slidell. Back to y'all.